Welcome back to the channel, guys. Another Coco 3 in real good condition. I just recently made a video, link up in the card up here, on modifying one of these to have a better CPU, to have more RAM, and to have a better graphics output. This one is my friend John's, and it's in perfect working condition, as we can see. Actually, you can probably not see because it's too small. So, as we can see, so never mind the graphic quality being bad, I'm using this really cheap cable. As you can see, I wiggle this and it's getting upset. So that's just that. But I have this one to test this thing with. Wow. This is a Coco 3 Multipak Interface. These Multipak interfaces are really nice. Among other things, they add 4 different ROM slots so you can put your ROMs in. And they plug into the expansion interface slot of the Coco 3 that is over here on the other side. The problem with these multipacks is they were made, if I understand correctly, they were made for the Coco 2. And the Coco 3, having twice the RAM of the Coco 2, has a different memory map which overlaps with the memory map where the multipack interface lives. So in order to make these multipacks work with those Coco 3s, we have to physically modify this device such that it will live at a different memory location inside the Coco. So I understand that there's at least 3 different versions that came out, and specifically we have model 26-3024, which is great because these are, I think these are the first ones to come out, and these are also the easiest to mod. So let's get after it. So first things first, you can check whether or not your expansion pack has already been modded by essentially doing what I've already done here. There's a command called print peek, paren open, ampersand sign, HFF90, paren close. And what should return is, with no expansion pack attached, it should return 126. Now with the multi-pack attached, that memory address will change. So let's try that. Turn the computer off. Whoa, chunky. You gotta love 80s design with these side bus, the side bus design. Just think of the TI-99 had this massive bus interface. It could get quite ridiculous. So let me pop this guy right in here. Is there a power button on these? I don't know. I think it might just, yes, there is. In the back. This guy on, that guy on. Here we are. And now look at this. It even says Extended Color Basic 2.0. If we do the same command, print, peek, paren open, and HFF90. And when we hit enter, it'll tell us 255. There's the 7th bit would change and incur a different value if we modify this correctly. So let's turn those 2 puppies off. Let's open her up. So there's 4 screws, one of which underneath this warranty seal here. Who knew? I'm about to avoid the warranty, and it should be able to come apart quite easily. Looks clean inside. Even the foam and the mat are still intact. Look at this. And I guess we have to take this guy off. Oh yeah, it's a little brittle. Oh, and it's torn. Yay. Sorry, John. If you're watching, sorry, buddy. I tore that super brittle mat. Other than that, it looks perfectly clean. Yeah, and I understand all you have to do to mod these things is replace this one chip, U8, with one of these. 16, so the original chip is a 14L4. Anyways, this is a 16V8. A little tricky to find the proper code to program it with, but if you have one of these EEPROM writers here, you can write them yourself, provided you have these chips. They are getting very hard to find. Or just call your boy RetroByteMeister at retrobytemeister.com. I can burn you one of these. Or you can look at my GitHub, link in the description for the code. I'm gonna plop them right there. Anyways, time to take this guy out, put this guy in, and then see what happens. Ooh, what's this? Is there damage to the solder mask? Yes, sir, there is, but it is between the traces. So these traces, oh my goodness, look at that. It looks like it's eating away the trace underneath the traces. Look at this. You can actually see underneath. Let me take a picture of that too. Good Lord. Yeah, okay. They are probably fine. I'm gonna look at the secret ingredient that I stole from the RetroByte missus. Impromptu rust remedy accomplished. Now, old one out. Carefully. New one in, but not without a little bit more deoxit first. And in you go. Okay. That, as they say, is that. Means time to get our Coco 3 back. Device on. Computer on. It still works. Nice. Print. Peek. Paren and HFF90. Paren closed. Enter. 126. So yeah, my friends, that's how you do that. Simply by swapping this thing, you can make this expansion pack work with a Color Computer 3. If you need anything repaired, restored, or modded, friends, call your boy RetroByteMeister at retrobytemeister.com. Thanks for watching, and bye.